This next story has some people happy and some people quite upset. The commercials say Coke is it, but it will be a little different starting next month because Coca-Cola is having a change of taste.
Coke is it.
This has got to be the boldest consumer product move of any kind, of any stripe, since Eve started to hand out apples.
So I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but I never really felt like I should. I've never really talked about a beverage before, but then all of a sudden the hit on Netflix, the most popular show in recent times, Odd Occurrences, was doing a promotion for season 3 of their show, and that included Coca-Cola bringing back New Coke. They only sold 175,000, so I had to pick one up. I was just way too curious about the taste, even though I'm not a soda person. This is also going to fit in very well with my collection of 80s memorabilia. At the end of the video, I'm going to taste test this. But speaking of New Coke, what is it? And why did it fail? Well, let's take a look at the history and find out. For many decades in the cola industry, Coke has been, of course, the dominant brand. Pepsi had always been behind it, but after some intense marketing in the 70s and the early 80s, Pepsi started to take over Coke in the market. It came to the point that Pepsi was actually outselling Coke in stores, but Coke still had the advantage of vending machines and restaurants. But there was a bigger shift happening in the cola industry. It was found that baby boomers preferred diet soda over regular soda. This would of course hurt Coke even more. It came to the point that some senior executives at Coke started a secret project called Project Kansas. This was done to create a new formula that was sweeter and tasted more like Pepsi. When Coke created the new formula, they taste tested it to go against the original formula and Pepsi. Testers showed that they actually preferred the new formula over both the original formula and Pepsi. But when this was shown to management, they declined to do this. During this time, Diet Coke and Cherry Coke were being released, so there was already an effort being done to revive Coke. But CEO Roberto Goizueta caved into the idea, as he believed that a new formula may entice people to buy Coke once more. And on April 23rd of 1985, New Coke went out to the public. It spread inside of stores, restaurants, and at first it seemed like the idea worked. Sales were up by 8%. I would guess that the sales went up because people were just curious about the taste. Wait a minute. Eventually there was a backlash. Coke's 1-800 number received an average of 1,500 calls every day, and the headquarters received over 40,000 calls and letters expressing negative feedback on the drink. The original flavor of Coke was being sold at higher prices, similar to what happens with rare stuff on eBay usually. Within all of this madness, of course, Pepsi had the higher ground. They created an entire ad campaign which made Coke look even worse. Within Pepsi's ads, they made Coke appear that they changed their formula because Pepsi tasted better.
Now, I'm gonna try my first Pepsi. But I still want to know why Coke changed. Now I know why.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
After almost 3 months of this insanity, Coke would finally put a stop to it.
I'm Don Keogh, president of the Coca-Cola Company. When we brought you the new taste of Coke, we knew that millions would prefer it, and millions do. And we knew that it would beat the taste of our major competitor, and it does. What we didn't know was how many thousands of you would phone and write asking us to bring back the classic taste of original Coca-Cola. Well, we read and we listened, and you know the rest. They're both yours, the new taste of Coke and Coca-Cola Classic. Your right of choice is back.
When Coke Classic hit shelves, it actually outsold not just New Coke, but also Pepsi. It actually doubled the sales that Pepsi had. New Coke sales would continue to fall as years passed, and in July of 2002, it would finally be discontinued. Coke Classic would keep its name until 2009 when it would return as just being called Coke. And now here we are today, where New Coke has returned for a limited time. But that's not where the story ends. Some people believe that New Coke was actually created on purpose to fail, an attempt to bring back Coke sales. And if that was the case, then they've succeeded. Pepsi's back to its glory of being number 2 as it was back in the day. And now it's time for me to taste test this and tell you how I feel about it. Anyways though, let's see. It tastes just like Diet Coke.